Hey guys, how's it going today? Welcome back to another episode of KSP. This is going to be the second episode that we try to rescue Bob. And if you guys remembered from last time, we now actually have both Bob and I believe it's Jebediah up here. So we're going to try to bring them back today. Now, I ran a couple of tests, and it seems to be, oh, it's Bob and Valentina. So it seems to be a little uncertain about them coming back with the amount of fuel that we have. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do. But we're going to go ahead and transfer some fuel back in from the lower stage. And so I'm not exactly sure the best way of getting back from the moon, but I feel like there is a couple of options. So one way that I'm thinking about is waiting until we're about here and then going straight up, and then we'll be at we'll hopefully reach the orbit of this. And then, so we're gonna have to actually fast forward quite a bit. Okay, wait, I'm silly. The rotation of the moon is actually the exact same as it's circling. So, well, it's orbiting. So it actually doesn't matter. We'll just have to go and take off. But I would prefer to be daytime. So, or at least on, there we go. So yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work, but we'll see what we can do. I'm kind of worried that we don't have enough fuel, and then we'll have to send another rescue mission, which is very plausible. So let's just go ahead and throttle up, and then let's stage and just see what happens. I mean, so far so good, right? Because, you know, it'd be sad if we messed up this part. But as you can see, our fuel is draining very quickly. So maybe we can throttle down. I mean, actually, no. We'll just full throttle, full send. See what we can do here. I don't know if going at an angle would be better. I'm not really too sure. Okay, come on. Oh, shit. Whoops. Okay. How have we not exited? Theoretically, we should have by now. Okay, there we go. So there's our orbit. Now, as you can see, it doesn't you know, go into the atmosphere of Kerbin, so that's a little bit of a problem. So we're gonna have to try to bring our periapsis down the best we can. So let's go around. And we've got 223 meters of delta V, which I don't know if that's going to be enough, but maybe it is. So let's go ahead and point retrograde. Let's get a little bit closer. Okay, and let's see what happens. Oh, we've ran out of electric charge. That's what's going on. Okay. So let's just do a full burn. Oh, shoot. Okay, so this is something we don't want. So as you guys can see, as we slow down, this is going to mean that we're actually going to reach the point when we will hit the moon again. So I'm actually going to change this so that way... So I think we're going to have to do a part 3 now. Or actually, no, I think we can do this in this episode. So we're going to have to wait for our periapsis, slow ourselves down there, and then hopefully we can change this. Let's actually just make sure that we can. Okay, it looks like we can. In fact, how small can we go? Okay, so the smaller the better for this. So we'll go ahead and... Actually, if we were to continue burning, what would happen? Okay, so this is about the point. Okay. So that's 737,000 meters. Oh, not enough. All right. So we'll go ahead and wait for our periapsis to do a burn there. That is fine. Turn SAS off. Actually, we can't right now. And our electric charge is 0 anyway, so it does not matter. Want to make sure that we don't miss this, though. Okay. Okay, 13, 12, 11. Okay, let's go ahead and try to burn here. Let's slow ourselves down. Okay, and now we will go ahead and do the full burn. Okay, and there we go. That is all of our fuel. So somehow, we're going to now have to try our best at returning this. Now, I've got a couple of ideas, but we will see. Oh, we will see what we can make up. Because one idea, because we don't actually have a clamp, there's no way that we can clamp onto it yet. Advanced construction. Fuel systems, precision, heavier rocketry, specialized construction, actuators, hinges. Okay, so this is the grabbing unit. So this is actually how far we need to go for an actual grabber, but essentially we're going to have to make up something, and I have no clue how that's going to go. Absolutely no clue. So let's go ahead and go to the VAB and make something up. Alright. So as you guys can see, the mission to saving Bob has not gone so well. And to be totally honest, we really don't have the means to actually go save them right now. It would be greatly useful if we had flight control and advanced flight control, because we really need RCS thrusters, and that is just not an option right now. So what we're going to have to do instead is we're actually going to go out to Minmus, get some science, and then we will see about getting Bob and Valentina back. But currently speaking, we just do not have a way of doing that. So let's go ahead and build a rocket to Minmus.
We could play blank, blank, 182. Lay around the house and daydream till the afternoon, thinking about the times that we had when this was all that we knew, when this song was still new, when this all was still new. We could play blank, blank, 182. 182. Summertime nights that we had, staring at the moon, laughing at our own jokes, acting like they were new. We'd only watch cartoons, but love and life is our tune. That we can never go back to this. And as we grow, we'll look back and miss our leave. 'Cause we'll leave this time, we'll leave this home, and find lives of our very own. But we can play blank, blank 182. We can play blank, blank 182. We could play blank, blank 182. Summertime nights that we had, staring at the moon, laughing at our own jokes, acting like they were new. We'd only watch cartoons, but love and life is our tune.
We could play blink, blink 182. Drive around our cars and pretend that we never grew. Sneak out of the house every night. We were young and confused. We never made curfew. There was too much to do. We could play blink, blink 182. Chasing all our drinks with Red Bull and Mountain Dew. Hangover so bad we would sleep until the morning was through. Yet start again 'cause we knew that there was nothing to lose.
That we can never.
Okay, so I think this is gonna be our rocket. We're gonna call this the Minmus Orbiter. Minmus Orbiter. And I think that's gonna be good. I think we should be able to get to Minmus with this. I think. At least I hope so. There's a lot on this, so I think we can make it. Alright, so let's go and save. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about. Oh shoot, I forgot to put the structural towers on there. I don't know if we got a little bit of a bounce, but I think we're good. Oh shoot, shoot, no. We're gonna have to revert this. All right, we need the struts as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So something I wanted to talk about though is I'm gonna actually be changing the style of these videos, which is kind of gonna be fun, I think. So instead of me doing commentary while I'm playing, I'm gonna be changing it so I'm doing post commentary, and I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. For one, I think it's going to make it a little bit easier for me to actually play this game, because I only have to worry about the commentary once instead of multiple times. And I just realized I didn't have... There we go. So yeah, I won't have to do commentary more than once. And honestly, that's not honestly too big of an issue for me, but it does kind of, I think, affect things, especially if a mission fails. I feel like my commentary kind of lacks the second time I do something. So, yeah, I think that that's going to be the way I'm going to do things. The other reason why it's good for me is because I'm converting myself to nighttime right now, because my new job is going to be a nighttime job. And so because of that, I've got all this free time at night. And I can't actually talk during the night because my parents live on the other side of the wall, and they wouldn't really like it very much. So, because of that, I can't talk during the night. But that doesn't mean I can't talk during the day. And because I have so much free time during the night, I figured it would be great to be able to play at night and then do the post commentary during the day. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be doing. So it's just going to work a little bit better. It's going to mean though that my videos are going to take a little bit longer to make, because I have to basically edit the footage and then render and then basically redo that whole process again, which isn't great. And maybe there's actually a better way of doing it, but I don't think there is. At least not a way that I've figured out. Also, I have to say, I really like these Noakes cones that don't actually do anything for this rocket because they're too small. But, you know, we'll just imagine they're gonna do something to help with their aerodynamics. Alright, let's go ahead and start burning. So this rocket actually has quite a bit of fuel on it, which is gonna be great. to help us get to Minmus. And in fact, we could probably actually have landed on Minmus with this. Now let's check our orbit here. Alright, let's go and cut that, and let's go ahead and just get away from these. Okay, beautiful. And, okay, do we have a wobble? Do we have a wobble? I don't think we do. Beautiful. Okay, we've got a little bit of a wobble, but it's pretty sturdy. It's a sturdy wobble. Alright, so we're at 103 meters, so let's go ahead and wait. Because we should be able to get into orbit with this, and then we actually might be able to extend our orbit with this stage as well. And hopefully, how are we doing with the wobbles? But yeah, so I was attempting to capture Valentina and Bob with basically a grabber, a little bit of a grabber sort of deal, and I gotta say it was not working out well. Only having a thruster to try to rendezvous with something and trying to do it with pinpoint accuracy, that is just not going to happen. So it's very difficult, and I've been practicing my rendezvous because, as you guys already know, as I've expressed in the past, it's been a while since I've actually played this game. So all these videos and stuff, I'm basically relearning a whole lot of stuff, and I think that's great. Actually, I enjoy learning this stuff, so it's been a lot of fun. But because of that, though, I was really bad at certain things and forgot entirely how to rendezvous, for instance, with certain things, and forgot how to do certain things as well. And so I've learned once again, and I can actually rendezvous basically almost on the first try now, all the time, which is great. But you know, it's gonna we got to use the RCS thrusters. It's very difficult with just a swivel thruster, because you only have one means of movement, and that is forward instead of side to side, stuff like that. So yeah, not something that I really particularly want to try again, and I hope that I never have to after this Minmus mission. But we will see. Okay, we've got some sort of wobble going on, so let's go and throttle down, because that's really what I found to being the only fix for the speed wobbles. Geez, the speed wobbles are bad with this. This always seems to happen when I'm using more than one Bobcat engine, which is a shame. I feel like we should be able to use this many engines and without these wobbles happening. But I think it's figured itself out now. Alright, so let's this should be able to get ourselves into an orbit. But as you can see, you know, they are in a pretty safe orbit, so nothing to really worry about. Unless we were to collide with them here, but I don't think we are going to. So, alright, now, where the heck is Minmus? Okay, so there's Minmus. So, let's see what we need to do here. So I know there's a couple of ways to get to Minmus. One way is to essentially fling yourself around the moon. I'm not going to be using that method because I think that's a little bit above my pay grade. But we are going to just go ahead and try to do it the old-fashioned way with a good old encounter. So let's see here. Now, the other thing that is wonky about Minmus, so if we set this as a target, so we can see that there's a negative 3.8, well, there's basically a 3.8 degree descending and ascending node. So ideally, we would position ourselves so that we can encounter Minmus on this node, but that's actually a little bit difficult with how slow Minmus moves. We'd have to wait a very long time. So one way that we can try to circumvent that. Okay, so this actually might be okay. Minmus periapsis is pretty high. Let's see here. Minmus periapsis, 1 million meters. Still. I also kind of want to... Closest approach, 2,000 kilometers. Periapsis. Okay. Minmus periapsis, 758,000 meters. 685,000. The only issue with this... Alright, so I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to just try to get our orbit to actually being correct first. And then, so we'll do a series of corrections to our orbit so that way we can actually get to there. So one way is going to be to decrease this until it flops, and there we go, it flopped just now. So we need this to basically be 0. And then we can kind of set it up an encounter wherever we need to. And it looks like we can actually do this burn with this stage too. So that's kind of handy. So let's go ahead and set that to the maneuver. And we're going to slowly rotate that way. The other problem is we don't have any solar panels. Solar panels make things just that much easier with rendezvous as well. Because having both vessels have electric charge makes it so that we don't have to worry about tumbling. Right now, Valentina and Bob are just tumbling away. Like, there's just absolutely, like, really no way for us to get to them without encountering them tumbling, which is not great. The other thing is, too, that we can do, and I was thinking about doing this, but this does leave debris, which I'm not a big fan of, is just, you know, having Valentina and Bob just escape there, and we pick them up and go home. And I'd be willing to do that if in a last-ditch effort. But I think we should be able to deorbit their whole vessel with my idea. As long as we get RCS thrusters. RCS thrusters is going to make a massive difference. Okay, so this is going to be an 8-second burn. And we're going to basically burn all of the fuel. Under acceleration. Why would it be under acceleration? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Our burn is right now. Okay. Alright, let's go and check that. I think it's probably pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and burn a little bit more. Okay, that should be just fine. And we've got about 13 meters per second left in this, so I think we're going to go ahead and stage. Actually, we'll set the maneuver node first before we stage. All right, so let's figure out where the heck we can set up an encounter with Minmus here. Okay, so that's an escape. Okay, so there's one, Minmus periapsis. It'd be nice if we could do it with the least amount of fuel. Okay, Minmus periapsis, about 400,000. Periapsis even higher now. Can't tell what's happening now. Okay, let's go ahead and increase. See how that... what happens there. 330, that's pretty good. 230. Let's decrease it a little bit more. 103. That's not too bad. And also, wait, so how much was that? 103. I mean, we can decrease that a little bit more. 100,000. This is also a neat little trick too. I didn't realize you could use a scroll wheel with this. 86,000. Let's also start pointing. $69, $66, $59, $52, $56, I mean 46. All right, let's go ahead and set that up. So 42,000. That's going to be good, I think. Stage, please. Stage? Why can I not stage? Thank you. Jeez, that is really annoying. I am not a fan of that. I don't know why that happens. If anybody has any idea why that happens, please let me know. Because it is super annoying. Okay, so I guess I theoretically should have staged before this, because this is going to be a very long burn. And we kind of missed the node. So we'll see how this affects us. Hopefully it doesn't mean that we're going to crash into Minmus. I don't think it will. But the good news is we have plenty of fuel. Okay, so yeah, that did affect us quite a bit. So Minmus Periapsis is 843,000 meters. So we'll see if we can adjust that maybe when we get up there. Actually, let's see here. If we can adjust it here. And what is going to happen? So Minmus Periapsis 843. Okay. So that's 80,000. So that's not too bad. I think that's probably what we'll do. And that's going to be in 2 days. So do 2 days and 5 hours. Quite a long time. As long as we don't interfere with anything, we will be fine. The other thing that I'm kind of worried about is coming back home, because we're going to have a lot of speed. So we're going to have to kill that speed. Luckily, we have a lot of Delta V still. So I was planning ahead, you see. And I think we are going to actually get into an orbit around Minmus, and then we'll leave it and so forth. Which is going to take quite a bit of fuel, but I think we'll be okay. And also, as you can see, our signal strength is dwindling. So, not doing so hot. Alright, 3 hours. 2 hours. 1 hour. Okay, let's go and slow down a little bit. I'm always scared of zipping right through. To 1 minute. Okay. And let's go ahead and make sure we can get to our node. Okay, so 10 seconds. And we don't really have to... I think we'll go ahead and start a burn here. Okay, I think that's going to be good. What's this looking like? Minmus periapsis is 68,000. Hey, that's pretty good. All right. So far, so good. This will be the first time in a long time I've seen Minmus. All right, so let's see what happens here. It's looking pretty far away still. What's our relative velocity? 274. So I guess it could beat up to us. I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, so let's add a maneuver here. Just kind of zip around. There we go. Nice. And let's go ahead to that maneuver. How's our electric charge going? That's going fine. I've kind of thought about a couple of times whenever I'm doing these missions that maybe I should go ahead and get some actual batteries on here, but I never actually do. Let's go and observe this mystery goo, see if there's anything here. Space high over Minmus. Goo feels right at home here. Okay, let's go and keep that. So that's 25. We'll see if it's any different when we get closer. I don't really know if it will be. I was also looking up the different science categories and stuff for the various objects on the Wikipedia too. It's very difficult to figure out if you've already gotten something or not yet. It's kind of frustrating. A lot of people are talking about using mods. I kind of wish it was just in the game. Kind of like a checklist of what you've done, what you haven't done sort of deal. I'm not that keen on using mods, so I don't really want to go that route, but maybe I do at some point, just because I want the checklist. And I don't think that's going to be something that gets added to the game, considering they haven't added it yet. And it's been a very long time. Alright. Let's go ahead and warp to this maneuver. I believe this stops you exactly a minute out. Yes. Well, okay, a little bit over a minute, I guess. So there's Minmus. It's basically a frozen ball. Not the prettiest of sights, but also not the worst of sights. These craters are actually really easy to land in, so it's actually, I think, easier to land on Minmus than it is on the Mun. It's got less gravity, and it's usually got these nice flat spots right over here. As long as you don't try to land in the mountains, then it's fine. That being said, though, probably the first time I try to land on Minmus, it's going to take me a couple of tries. Alright, so let's slow ourselves down, get ourselves captured. A little bit more. Alright. We'll go ahead and call that good. There we go. We are in an orbit around Minmus. Beautiful. Alright, so let's go ahead and check another goo canister. See if there's any different data. Nope, it's the same thing. Alright. Let's do a crew report. See how that is. Okay, 12.5. Crew report, well in space, high over Minmus. Looking at the surface of Minmus reminds you of a favorite childhood dessert. You are tempted to taste the surface. Well, I think I'd rather not. Let's go on EVA. Jebediah. And there we go. Alright. And let's see here. Let's go and face Minmus. So we have it in our sight. And EVA report. Alright, 20 science. Nice. Alright, and this is Jebediah, so we can't perform any of the other science things, because we would need Bob for that. And Bob is stranded. So, not an option for us right now. Let's go ahead and check out the Science Junior. Let's go ahead and conduct materials study. Alright, 62 science. Not too bad. Not too bad. Go ahead and keep that. And let's go ahead and open the service door and see just how we can get ourselves a view in here. Whoops. Nope, that's not what I wanted. How did that affect us? Okay, not terribly. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and log the pressure. Alright, 30 science. Very handy. Very handy. And temperature. Log the temperature. 20 science. Lovely, lovely. Okay. Let's see here. Can we reset the camera? No? No? It's just going to be stuck like this? Okay, well. Alright, is it worth it to log the other temperature readings? I don't really know if it is. I think if we were landing on Minmus, it would be. Because we're not. Log pressure. We'll go ahead and log it all. Why not? Log temperature. Okay, high over Minmus. Maybe if we get closer to our periapsis, it's not going to be that different, I don't think. Because I think this is going to be still high over Minmus. I wouldn't expect it to be that different. Yeah, it's still going to be high over Minmus. All right, we'll just keep that all. Let's go and close all the doors. Oh, nope, nope, no. I don't want to jettison the heat shield. Close. And close. There we go. And now it's going to be time for us to head back home. So what's going to be the best way of doing this? I am thinking that if we fire this way, so if we were to go this way, what happens? Okay, we leave Minmus. We leave everything. Okay, so if we were to turn ourselves around, what would happen then? Oh yeah, look at that. Oops. Messed something up. Actually, so this makes me wonder if we do it on the other side, because this way, if we were to add maneuver here and go this way, what would happen? Minmus escape. Minmus escape. Okay, so that would happen. What if we do... All right, that's going to be, I think, pretty good. I think. Yeah, that should be fine. I'm worried about burning up, but if we don't actually... Yeah, if we don't actually get into the atmosphere and we just have ourselves burn to slow ourselves down, I think we'll be okay. Because that's what we're going to have to do, is we're going to have to lower ourselves down there to basically decrease the orbit around Kerbin to get back into more of a natural orbit, and then find a place, hopefully do a splashdown, and land there. Alright, so this is going to be in 56 minutes. So let's go ahead and fast forward. 50 minutes. Okay, let's just warp, I guess. Really should use this method instead, so that way I don't miss it. Okay. So our ship is going to be getting onto the maneuver node right now. We've actually got enough in this stage for this. I think we actually did a little bit of overkill on our fuel, I think. Now, that being said, we'll figure that out when we're trying to get back into an orbit around Kerbin. That might be a little bit difficult because of how fast we'll be going. Okay, so we'll burn at 10. Come on. Anytime now. 5 seconds. And burn. Alright, so let's see here. What do we have here? Is it going to work for us? Let's burn a little bit more. So I do want that to be lower. And that's going to be good. Okay, so there we go. Go ahead and start time warping. And it doesn't look like we're going to have any collisions. The moon is on the other side of the planet, so that works out in our favor. That being said, though, it might actually race to the other side. And it's going to. So if we were a little bit faster, we would have had maybe a problem. Okay, so now for our maneuver down here. That actually isn't taking up nearly as much fuel as I thought it was going to. And actually, if we look here, because if we wanted to, we can actually go ahead and set up a spot over this body of water to land in. Yeah, I think that's going to work for us. I think so. Okay, let's go back to the maneuver node and hopefully we still have electric charge. We do. Our signal strength is also increasing. And I'm really hoping this is going to be enough science for us to get the RCS thrusters. And if it is, then fantastic. That means that in the next episode should actually be us saving Bob, finally, and also Valentina, because Valentina is stranded up there now, too. Okay, so we've got about a minute before we start this burn. And this is actually going to look fantastic. We're going to actually... we're not going to actually make it to the crater. But we'll be probably somewhere in this area. So this is actually going to be this is going to be perfect. I don't think that we'll end up landing in the mountains. Okay, so 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and burn. We're going to have to stage halfway through this as well, so hopefully it allows me to. Everything's looking good so far. Let's go on stage. Perfect. And very well done. Let's go ahead and stop that. Okay. Very well done. We're going to go ahead and keep pointing retrograde, though. And we're actually going to use this stage during the burn-up. Just so that way we don't actually burn up. Okay, so this is going to be the fun part. And hopefully we make it to the ocean. I think we will. I think. If need be, we can always burn upwards a little bit. There we go. I think that'll help us out. But it looks like everything's gonna be good. Okay, so we've entered the 70,000 meter mark. And there's the ocean that we're going to be landing in. Jebediah is extremely excited. He loves burning up in the atmosphere. So this is very shallow as well, so we'll see. I'm always scared about shallow burns. I don't know why. I feel like it's how you get the most heat. But we can actually start burning now that we're over the ocean. It will help us fall out of the sky. Okay, this is probably going to be good. I think. Nothing has happened yet, though. Okay, we're falling a little bit faster. We'll start seeing the atmospheric effects pretty soon. There we go. Make sure nothing burns up. It looks like we are going to be all set. Alright, so let's go ahead and throttle down. And we can stage, actually. Throttle away. There we go. Oh, okay. There we go. Bye-bye. And let's go ahead. Oh, jeez. Ooh. Okay. Those guys zipped right by us. A little worrisome there. But we are all set. And we can pop the chutes at any time now. Okay, we dodged a couple of bullets there. Hey, what's a flight without some thrill? Am I right, Jebediah? He's enjoying every moment of it. He might not have realized he almost got hit by a very fast-moving object. Alright, let's go and pop these chutes so that way we can start slowing ourselves down. Because there's quite a bit of mass here. And we can turn SAS off now, too. Make sure the lights stay on for Jebediah while he gets rescued. I didn't really figure out the total amount of science we got here, but I think it's gonna be quite a bit. Okay, the main chute hasn't opened yet, so we're still falling at a pretty good pace. There we go. That should slow us down enough. Yes. Very slow. Lovely. Alright, we can also get rid of the heat shield now. And there it goes! Splash. Splish splash. Alright. Alright, and nothing breaks. Yes, please. Nice. Lovely. Alright. Alright, let's make sure the crew captain is up, though. The crew hatch, I mean. There we go. So that way Jebediah can get rescued. And let's recover vessel. Alright, let's see how much science we got here. 231 science. That is going to be enough. Fantastic. Well done, Jebediah. Well done. Alright, so let's get the flight control. Something I have been drastically needing for a while. We can also get better landers, too. Fantastic. Aviation doesn't really matter too much, so. Alright, so this is going to give us the RCS thrusters. I think we already have RCS fuel, if I'm not mistaken. I hope so, at least. Maybe not. I think we do. Let's go ahead and check that really quick, because it would be kind of useless to get RCS systems without the fuel. And it doesn't look like it. Okay. Oh, whoops. So that means that we're going to have to find another node in the research area for this. Specialized control. Okay, so advanced flight control. I'm really confused. I'm really shocked that these space exploration. I mean, it must. Advanced construction. Advanced fuel systems. Ah, it's in advanced fuel systems. Oh. So that means we're going to have to do another mission before we actually are able to use the RCS thrusters. Nice. Why is RCS thrusters cheaper than this? That makes no sense. Huh. Monopropellant. Is there anything else for monopropellant? I don't think there is. Oh, wait. Okay, we actually do have the mini-field monopropellant tanks. So we do have some sort of monopropellants. So that is fine then. Okay, so that will work. So we'll go for this then. And then we'll also get... I don't think that landing is actually going to be that important right now, because we already do have those landing legs. So let's go for the fuel systems. It's going to be bigger tanks. We get the external fuel duct, which is really useful. You can do special things with that. But also advanced construction. So with advanced construction, we get some interesting hinges. We get a bigger decoupler, it looks like. Stack separator. It would be nice to get actuators, I think. Because these... Wait, where are the specialized construction? Okay, well, that doesn't matter right now. Okay, there's the docking port. So the docking port is something that I do want. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. So I hope you guys did enjoy this little Minmus mission. In the next episode, things are probably going to be a little bit different. I'm going to try that post-commentary style, and hopefully everything works out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, though. If you did, hit that like button. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, anything of the sorts, please leave them in the comments down below. And as always, if you guys are brand new to the channel and you guys like what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.